It's Friday. And on today's episode of White People Bullshit Bingo, we have this wonderful example. A white couple that trademarked the word for, I hope I said that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. A Vietnamese word that could therefore no longer be used by the very own people of that culture and language. You know, every time I think, wow, we've actually really gotten to the bottom of the barrel, somebody's like, don't worry, hold my fucking beer, okay? And they come and they dig even deeper. Because the plain audacity and the thought process behind sitting in your fucking living room and being like, how could I enrage people that are not white today is absolutely baffling to me, okay? Now, after they got apparently a lot of flashback, a lot of hate on the internet, rightfully so, they surrendered their trademark, hoping to make amends or make things right. And I just want to clarify one thing. I'm not of Vietnamese descent. That's not my lane to judge. You know, if people of that culture think that that's enough to kind of like apologize, man, who am I to debate that? Okay. My own perspective or my point of view as someone that is in the same social category as the predator. So as someone that is, like I said, on the social or same social hierarchy than the predator, I find it incredibly outrageous with a lot of audacity to start this process to begin with. Okay, let's start there. Let's start at the root of the all evil is the audacity of white people. So my question now is, because I know there are people that are going to be like, oh, at least they're trying to make amends, you know, at least they understood their mistake, they realized they fucked up, and they're trying to make it better. Okay, but how long are we actually going to extend so much grace to people when they do fucking things that they should not be doing in the first place? Because like, let me just say, you steal someone's car and you total it, okay? The car is useless, the car is done. And along that line, maybe the person had emotional attachment to the car. Maybe the person still has a car down payment to make or a monthly payment for the car. That car was the person's only way of getting around, and they really depend on the car to make a living. And then because of insurance cases, it's going to take weeks for you to replace the car. And then at the end of the day, you did replace the car. The damage has been done. I don't fucking know why that's so hard. The damage has been done. The moment these white people went to trademark a word from a Vietnamese language, the damage has been done. So you surrendering the trademark is like the bare fucking minimum, okay? Like, how are we going to sit down here and be like, hey, yay, you did it. You did something, you tried to correct something that you should have not done in the first place. The bar for white people is in fucking hell, honestly speaking. Because the problem is not just that these people did what they did, also that they were allowed to do that. Systemically, economically, there was nobody, no white person in that entire process, from filing it to, at the end of the day, from the birth of the idea to filing it, to succeeding it, to scaling through with it, there was not a single person along the way that was like, hey, what you guys are doing is wrong. There was not a single person that spoke up, a single white person in their surroundings that stopped that from happening, that had moral standards and were like, how the fuck would you trademark a word that you have no connection with? And therefore deny people of that very same culture access to their own language. And now they want to give it back and we should all be like, yes, well done. No, fuck you. As you fucking should. And pay damages on top of that. Because always giving back shit is not enough. Pay for the damages you have caused. Pay for it. Every single person that wanted to file or wanted to use that word during the time it was trademarked under white people should be financially compensated. Every single one of them. I don't care if you pay till your 17th generation to come. I don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, we build generational wealth that dates back hundreds of years. Then you create generational debt because you fucked up. That's not our problem, you know? So all this, like, because they did it, they benefited from it while it lasted. And now they're getting away with it. And on top of that, being praised for doing something that should have never, ever been in their head in the first place. All shades of wrong. in every aspect of it. And that's why, to be very honest, for me, and then sometimes people are like, oh, if you make a mistake like this, you want to be forgiven. Bitch, I would never. That's the difference. I would never even consider that because I have common fucking sense. And the thing is that you think everybody can make mistakes like this is more telling about you than me. Because if you think trademarking a word from a foreign culture and language is a mistake, then you're as dumb as it gets. Honestly, because that's insane. That's not a mistake. We are not talking about mistakenly, I don't know, having an accident with the car or slipping, falling down the stairs or mistakenly misinvesting your money. We're not talking about actual mistakes here. We're talking about premeditated cultural appropriation. What the fuck do you mean by you want to be forgiven? If I stand by that, I will die on this hill. Whoever come up with shit like this, I deserve to be cancelled until my DNA runs out. Yeah, that's called accountability, okay? And it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, okay? Because just don't make this kind of mistakes. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. Stop watering down white people's racist intentions to culturally appropriate shit that is not ours. What do you mean by mistake? You have said problematic things in the past. Fuck yes. I'm white. Why wouldn't I? And I will still be saying problematic things in the future. Because I was racially socialized as a white person in a system that puts benefits and privileges only on white people. The fuck you mean? That's why decolonization is an ongoing process. It stops the day you die. So you projecting that and equating that with some type of, oh, you want to be forgiven if you make a mistake, tells me everything I need to know about your sorry ass. Every little thing. So let's get shit right. That's not a mistake. Okay, and I'm all for forgiving people mistakes. I'm all for holding people accountable, one, and forgiving them for their mistakes, two, because you make mistakes and that's the only way you grow. You don't grow if everything is rosy and sunshine and flowers all the time. You grow from pain and mistakes and regret. That is when you grow. That is what shapes your character. So I'm all for growing people. I'm all for people making mistakes. I'm all for helping people correct themselves. I have been helped in the past, and God knows, God willing, I will be helped in the future. But that's not a mistake. And I will never extend my forgiveness to somebody that deliberately, culturally appropriated for financial aspects. Never. I will be damned. Not that it matters though, because I'm just me, but I would never. You are a trashy ass, shitty, dirty piece of shit, in my opinion. If you like, surrender all the fucking trademarks in the world. I don't give a fuck. You did what you did and you stood by that. And I will judge you exactly like that. There is no forgiveness in my book for this kind of bullshit. Not one.